welcome to Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for recent converts and seasoned fans alike. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Angelica.
And welcome to 2023.
Yay! A brand new year, y'all.
I can't believe it.
Me either.
So that's why this week we are going to just have a moment to talk about some of the things that have happened in the last couple weeks while we were doing our end of year episodes and things that we watched at the end of the year.
Yeah, we're going to just catch up on major news items and have a little casual chat about all the things we need to know going into this brand new year of K-pop.
Yeah, so our first order of business is obviously our 5th anniversary party. It's coming up.
So soon, you guys.
It's next week on the 19th of January, in case you forgot.
At 6 p.m. PST, we will be doing a live streaming event, partnering with Moment to bring that to you. And as we've said before, there will be a VOD available for a whole week after the event. So if you're an international listener, you're not in our time zone, you can't come at 6 p.m. PST, please don't worry. And please buy a ticket anyway, because you will still be able to enjoy it. And it is definitely going to be something you don't want to miss.
So just to make sure that everybody doesn't miss it, we're going to do a little flash sale this week. So starting Thursday on the 12th and on the 13th, for those 2 days, if you go to checkout and use the code Take a Flash, like from the Rocket Punch song, Take a Flash. You know, that's the code. If you use that code at checkout, then you'll get a 33% discount on tickets. So on Thursday and Friday, that's your day. If you don't have tickets yet,
yes,
use that code.
Week only, January 12th and 13th. The code expires on January 13th at midnight PST. So make sure that you get your tickets. You can get them at moment.co/AMA K-pop. Again, that discount code is Take a Flash, all one word.
TAKEAFLASH. Take a flash.
Take a flash.
Our hope is that the song will get stuck in your head, because it's been stuck in our heads since we
ours.
came up with this coupon code, and maybe it will help you remember. But some other business for this event, we are going to need your help to put together a few of the segments.
Yes, one of the most fun aspects about this Moment stream is that we get a lot of opportunities for audience participation. So what we've decided to do is create a show that includes different segments of favorite Ask Me About K-pop episodes. So we're going to have, a song battle and a little deep dive.
And we'll play a parlor game.
So we're going to need you to do a little bit of homework before you come to the show.
So our first thing in celebration of, I think, our greatest accomplishment in 5 years of this podcast, which is how many shawls we have created because of the podcast. So we are going to challenge you all to pick your favorite SHINEE title track. And we're going to count down.
Will you ever choose?
I know it's going to be hard.
You have to choose, not us.
Yeah. Ha. The theme of the show is going to be the number 5, because it is our 5th anniversary. So we will pick the 5 title tracks that you guys vote on the most. So there is a form for that. It will be in the link of this episode. And we will also make a special link tree segment that's just homework assignments for the anniversary show. And if you can't attend the anniversary show, please still vote in the stuff anyway.
Yeah,
we want to get as much listener participation for these as possible.
Yes. So you are allowed to participate in the homework, even if you don't come, but you should still come.
You should come. And the other thing we're going to do is a little mini song battle. So we have found 5 songs that all have the number 5 in the title. And as in all song battles, listen to the songs, think about them, rank them, and then choose 1 through 5 where you want them to stand. And again, there's a form for that will be linked.
Yes. For time constraint purposes, we will not be able to do the full battle the way we usually do on the show. So that is why it is important for you to listen to them ahead of time, because we will not be able to listen to all 5 songs in its entirety during the show itself. So please make sure that you get your votes in for that before Thursday, January 19th, which is when our show is.
Perfect. So like I said, both of those will be linked in this episode description as well as on the link tree under anniversary homework. So please do your homework.
Yes, and get your tickets at moment.co/AMAKpop.
We really, 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 really promise that you won't want to miss it. We have such a great surprise that I'm literally busting at the seams. I can't freaking wait for you guys to see it.
You guys are going to lose your freaking marbles, I tell you. You're going to want to see it. You're going to want to be there. You want to be a part of it.
Agreed.
So come, get your tickets. Flash sale. Take a flash for 33% off only Thursday and Friday of this week, January 12th and 13th.
Beautiful. All right, so let's get into this episode. We've made a little list of things that we want to talk about. So the first thing that we wanted to talk about is year-end Gayo stages. We've done a whole episode about how important they are and how they are constant and overwhelming, and that there's so many stages.
Yeah, and we never really pay attention or put a lot of credence into the end of the year award shows in particular. Like, I don't care who won a Bonsang or whatever, but the fun part about the Gayos is all of the stages, because we usually get a lot of really like special stages where groups will either like rearrange a song or like do something special, or we get a lot of collaboration stages and cover stages. And this year was no different. There was a ton of excellent things.
So you made a playlist for us and for me and our friend Jenna, and you guys were watching them on New Year's Eve. I didn't get to watch them till like a few days ago. But I just wanted to highlight some of those great performances that we watched. So the first one that I have written down was a collab stage from a group that they called Stempler, because this was Kepler and Tempest.
Yes, it was very
Stempler.
cute. It was very cute.
And they did a cover of 17's Pretty You.
It was adorable.
It was so adorable. They like started the song off like very slow. So like everyone could take their parts, and they were wearing like school uniformy looks, and there were benches for like leveled choreo. And then they eventually just like cut into the 17, and they did the 17 choreo and stuff. And I just really, really enjoyed this. Anything that has like High School Musical Grease vibes, I will like lose my mind over.
That's how I described it to you, because like Jenna and I were chatting about it like back and forth, and you had mentioned like, wait, I can't watch any of these, I'm with my family. And I was like, I just need this I sent it to you separately, because I was like, I need you to make sure that this doesn't get lost in the thread. And like, this is so High School Musical that you need to see it.
It's true. I did need to see it.
You did need to see it, not only because you love Kepler, but also because Tempest is a great, fun new boy group that we've been enjoying. And yeah, this was just like fun and great. And it was also, to me, kind of a treat to see like 17 getting covered on these.
Right.
Like, oh my God, now they're so legit and big that like baby groups are covering them. They're not a baby group anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, it was good.
The next one that I had written down was, and I didn't write down what shows any of these were from, so I apologize.
Whatever.
But the other one that I really enjoyed was a dance cover. They weren't singing, but it was a dance cover with Yuna from Girls' Generation and Junho from 2PM, who are apparently going to be in a drama together soon. They did Michael Jackson's Love Never Felt So Good. And oh my God, it was so freaking cute.
You guys, I absolutely lost my ever-loving mind when I was watching this, because not only are they wearing very adorable color-coordinated pink outfits, but the whole thing is this like flirtatious partner dance, no manner hands, brave eye contact. These are two people who have kissed multiple times in front of a camera, so they had no fear.
No fear.
And it felt so like old school.
Yes.
Like it felt like I was transported to another year, and I freaking loved it.
I loved it too. It made me, I don't even know what their drama is. I'm like worried that it's historical or something that I wouldn't watch.
I don't care, but
like,
I think I have to watch it now.
They have great chemistry.
They have really good chemistry. When Jenna was like, well, they're in a drama now. And I was like, well, I guess now I have to watch it, because that was really good.
Loved that one. The next one that I had written down that I particularly enjoyed was 5 liner girls, including like Yu Jung from Wiki Miki and Chu, formerly of Luna. And they did Kara Step.
Yeah.
With the mic stands, like perfect Kara, like the Kara choreo. Even their outfits were like, they were white, but it was the same like silhouettes as the Kara one. And they just like nailed it so hard and it made me so happy.
There were so many really, really good second gen girl group covers, like a few different groups, like new fourth gen girl groups that covered like Kara and Wonder Girls and Girls' Generation. And every single one of the stages was so good and it just like filled me with warmth and joy. And some of the covers were really true, like this one, and some of them kind of like made the songs their own or rearranged them in ways. But every single second gen girl group stage cover that I saw was perfect.
Agreed.
It was so good.
On that topic, the only other one I've written down, and we can open the playlist and look for more, but on that note, New Jeans did a cover of Tell Me by the Wonder Girls, and it like kind of broke our brains a little bit because they were doing the choreo to Tell Me
exactly
That You Know.
The same.
But they had completely rearranged the song in that like bored, watery, like whatever New Jeans way. And it was really trippy.
It was so strange because the sound of it was completely original. Like it sounded like a New Jeans song. Like if I had never heard Tell Me before or even had listened to that stage without realizing it was like if I was just listening to it, I might not have realized it was a Wonder Girl song for a while, like until they got to the actual chorus. But then watching them dance the exact choreo to this different version made me feel like I was living in an alternate universe and like watching a like different kind of
like
New Jeans. Like I
entirely.
was so melted. I was like, I don't know how to process what I'm seeing right now. But it was really fun.
I have the playlist of that you made open if you want to scroll if there's any others you want to talk about.
I have to call out IVE. They did Lionheart, another second gen girl group. That's a Girls' Generation song, and they were not wearing like the flapper outfits, but they're all wearing like white, and it was so good. It was all of the IVE stages I saw. I was very impressed with. So I really, really liked that cover. Oh, and Le Sserafim also covered Girls' Generation. They did The Boys, which was really fun. I believe, if I remember correctly, they rearranged it a little bit and kind of made it their own, but it was really fun to see. I really, really liked that one as well.
Also, there was a Le Sserafim performance that like introduced all of them and their individual talents, and one of them was like singing opera and stuff.
That's this one, the intro plus Fearless. Okay, this one was at the SBS Gayo, and so they like introduced each of the members, and one of them, I believe it's the one who does like the back bend in Anti-Fragile, because I don't know any of their names. She sang opera, and there was definitely a backing track, but she was absolutely singing live over it, and she sounded great. And while she was singing, the one who does the hold your leg, kick you in the face move in Anti-Fragile, she did ballet in combat boots while the other girl was singing opera, and it was freaking awesome. It was so good, you guys. It was so good. The whole performance is like 6 minutes long. Le Sserafim, SBS Gayo. Totally worth a watch.
Yeah, it was all just like so good.
It was so good.
I've did Kara Pretty Girl. Again, I loved that everybody was on board with the like Kara comeback and that they...
And the Girls' Generation comeback. It was like we got Girls' Gen and Kara celebrating their 15th anniversaries this year. And the Gayo stages like totally celebrated that. Like we got multiple Girls' Generation covers, multiple Kara covers. It was super fun. And I loved to see that like 4th gen support of the OGs.
Yeah. Oh, the only other one on here that I guess I have like one comment on is there was a Love Killa stage that was Moonbin and Sana and Yoo Taeyang and Kim Yohan. I don't remember what groups those boys are from.
I know Taeyang is from SF9.
Okay.
And I think the other guys from SF9 too, but I don't know that.
But don't quote me on that.
Yeah, don't quote me
But
on
anyway, they did Monsta's Love Killa, which I love. But one of them, and I think it was the Taeyong, was wearing such a tiny outfit.
It's Taeyong. He hates clothes.
It was such a tiny outfit that I was just like, the whole stage, I was like, he needs to cover his tummy. He looks cold. Like,
no,
I don't know.
He
I
never
was
covers his
stressed.
tummy. Do not make Taeyong cover his tummy. He's a crop top king. You cannot take away his signature look.
Yeah, it was just so much stomach.
It's a lot of stomach.
Anyway, so watch some Gayo stages if you haven't yet. They're always such a good time, and there's so freaking many of them.
Yeah, there's really so many. I only the playlist that I made was just the people that I knew we would care to see. But there's like a ton of other ones. And we watched all of those to get ourselves in the mood for our brand new SM Town Kwangya New Year's stage, which of course aired live on YouTube on New Year's Eve, and we were all able to sit down and watch it together, which was really fun.
Yeah, virtually watch it together, which was so
in three different states,
which was really fun. But I have watched the last two Kwangya New Years. You were busy the last couple New Years and didn't see any, but I'm so glad that this is the one that you saw, because oh my God, it was so good. Like, I feel like they really figured out what people actually want to watch if you're doing a live SM Town.
Yeah.
There were 49 stages in this
massive.
show.
It was insane. And there kept being moments where like a group, like every time a new group came on, I expected them to sing like one, maybe two songs. And like sometimes they would. It was just like one song and then aespa was done. And I was like, oh, that's it? That's all the aespa we get? And then we would get another group and they would do like 4 songs. And I was like, oh my God, they're doing another one? Like, this is crazy. It was wild.
So I wrote down some of our personal highlights to go through in chronological order. This is not all 49 stages, but ones that,
just like scrolling through the group chat, like which ones did we?
Actually I found a set list.
Oh, okay. I thought when I was going through this, I was like, oh, did she just like scroll back through the group chat and be like, what did we scream about?
No, I found an official list because I knew my brain, because most of it was just going, what?
Yeah.
No. And like, that's not context.
Or more? Question mark. Or just, I'm screaming on my couch right now.
So before the show started, they did a whole like sustainability summit, like Lee Suman and Suho and some lady on a screen. And it was like very formal and very ridiculous. And there was a guy who said at some point that K-pop was like a religion and everybody on Twitter was dragging him. But like, it kind of is. You know it is. Why do they call them idols? Like, y'all.
We call ourselves K-pop evangelists. We get on our soapbox.
This is our religion.
Yeah, like, come on. We've made that joke many times. It's true.
But the show like actually kicked off with a video version of one of the songs from the SM Town Winter album, which we didn't get a chance to talk about, and it is fucking great.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
It's so good. I feel like the universe heard us saying, SM, why you don't do SM Town albums anymore? And then they gave us the best one.
The best one yet. Like, unreal. Every single stage in this show that was from the Winter album was perfect.
So good.
It was perfect.
So they started with like a video version of the first song, which is called "We Are the Change." Maybe I don't know, something like that.
We Are the World kind of thing.
It's so good though. Yeah. It's like perfectly cheesy and wonderful. But one of the first stages that like I think it was second or third, and it like we were freaking out was Wavy did Love Talk and Takeoff in mesh shirts. Kun was not wearing mesh, but the rest of them, all nipples mesh and belly buttons out.
Oh my goodness. I was honestly surprised to even see Wavy at all.
Sure.
Because they did just recently come back with Phantom, and like that was a surprise. Like, wow, we got a 6-member Wavy comeback. Like Win Win is in there. Holy shit. And then we had them on the stage too. And Win Win was here on the stage, which was awesome because he like didn't perform with them for music shows. So obviously this would have been like a pre-recorded stage or something, which is fine. I have no problem with the pre-recorded stages if they give me my Wavies. And they were incredible. I love Wavy and I'm so happy that they're back. I was like truly worried that we were going to get some like weird, I don't know, like I don't know. I just thought maybe that they would get like disappeared or like reabsorbed back into NCT or like, God, fuck, I don't know. Lee Soo-man is so unpredictable.
You never know.
But I was happy to see that they are not giving up on WayV, and we did in fact get a 6-member comeback.
Yeah, it was nice. Next highlight is a song from the winter album. It's called Hot and Cold, and it's performed by Kai, Seulgi, Jeno, and Karina. Amazing stuff.
Oh, such a good song. Such
the
a good
Kai and
song.
Seulgi parts are so freaking good.
They're so good to the point where I was like, was this originally like just supposed to be Kai and Seulgi? And they were like, no, too powerful. Like we need to tamp this down a little. Like the chemistry is too hot. We got to bring it down. But also, Kai Seulgi subunit when.
Yeah,
like
they could.
They were
Absolutely.
incredible. And their part, because like Karina and Jeno, like they like sing and dance a little bit together. But Kai and Seulgi legitimately do like a partner dance where they like touch and like do very cute things. And their chemistry is perfection.
It was so
good. It's so good. And the song itself is like catchy and cute and fun.
The next highlight I had was Suho and Chen back-to-back solo performances. So beautiful. And I had to take a note. So I was watching this at my parents' house, and over off to the corner from where I was watching the living room, my family was playing cards. And every once in a while, someone would make a comment. So I had to write it down. And my dad was a huge fan of the Suho and Chen stages. He was like, this is beautiful. I love it. But he keeps going, but I don't know what they're saying. And I'm like, you have to stop being hung up on that and just appreciate
listen to the
it.
music. Classical music doesn't have any words either, but like whatever. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Just feel the groove, Dad.
But I was glad to see both of them. It was just so nice. I'm glad. I love that Chen is not being hidden.
Yeah.
It just makes me so happy. Like, I know so many people are still so fucking mad at him and never want to see his face.
Mad about it. Like, he's not going anywhere, and he's probably going to pop out a couple more babies. So, like, suck it, haters.
The next highlight was another winter album song. It is called Time After Time, and it's Boa, Wendy, and Ning Ning. It's not that song. But it's also so gorgeous. They were just like standing at 3 mics and like singing the shit out of it. My dad was also a very big fan of this one.
Yeah, this one was a really fun surprise because and we were talking about this in the group chat when we were watching it, because Boa is not necessarily a vocalist that I would have put like on the same tier as Wendy and Ning Ning. And I think it's fair to say that like she's not really like on the same level, but they sounded amazing together. Like all 3 of them just absolutely killed this song, and they were running all over the place, and it was just gorgeous. Like 3-part harmonies, riffs, ad-libs, all the good stuff.
My next highlight is just the NCT Candy stage. I find this whole comeback revamping of this song just goddamn delightful. I love Candy. I think it's such a good song. And I said this when I recommended it. Like, NCT has really just elevated it. And I love that Candy's making a comeback.
I also really like that they have like performed it on like music shows and stuff, because I feel like I'm just like, just give that song to them. Like, I think that song is theirs now. They sing it so much better.
And we were joking about Kwangya probably just like seething.
Oh my God, because all
the song
of their
is number 1. And then
no, but also I was laughing because I was like, I bet that he's really mad because all of their like overalls and big hats and shit say stuff like Chanel on them now.
They
like
have
it's all like
nail
name brand, like couture or whatever. And they were wearing, I don't know, like Walmart Luigi costumes or something.
Next highlight, another winter album original. This is a trio song that honestly should probably just be a duet.
Yeah.
It's called Priority, and it is Changmin and Taeyeon and Winter. And y'all, I was just like jaw on the floor.
Yeah.
This is so beautiful. And when Changmin and Taeyeon were just like going off at the end, I like wrote to you guys like, do you think that Winter just like had an out-of-body experience? Like, I can't imagine these, like, it's Changmin and Taeyeon.
They are like the voices of SM. And we know that Winter, like, it was an SM stand as a child. So, like, we know that these are, like, 2 of her idols. like from childhood. And then she got to stand there and just like hold the melody down while these vocal powerhouses went fucking off. And I personally think she absolutely was having an out-of-body experience because the whole time she is just standing there like with this pleasant little smile on her face, like just looking at them sing and like every once in a while like singing keeping the melody down or whatever. And the look on her face is just like, wow, look at them.
Look at us.
Look at us. Look at me. I'm here with them.
Look at them.
Like, it was so good.
That's a Espa line.
Yeah. Look at them.
from
yeah. Girls.
Tokepi.
Oh.
Look at them. Look at me.
Yeah.
Valentine, got it. Look at them.
Yeah.
Okay. Next highlight on the list. I was worried about you once this happened because we got an XOSC stage.
You guys, I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared for Chanyeol in the flesh. Like, I don't know why. I just didn't expect him kind of at all in this. I didn't think we'd get EXO. Like, I thought we would get the solo EXOs. I did not think we'd get EXO. I certainly didn't think we'd get XOSC. And he was so goddamn smiling.
Oh my God, he looked so happy to be there.
Happy. And he has his like slightly grown out, like still looking like a little good boy, like all
military
black haircut and like his little floppy ears and his cute smile. And he was so cute. He was so cute. I couldn't handle it.
And they blessed us extra because they did Fly Away, but Gecko was not there, obviously, because he's not an SM towner. So they had Suho singing instead.
Suho, do it.
And it was so great.
It was really good.
And then we couldn't even catch our breath because they put the Mino Chase stage immediately after that.
It was so rude. The way that they would like stack our favorites one right after the other. I was like, SM, please. I need a moment to breathe. And we didn't get it.
Because after the Mino stage, they went straight into all of the EXOs we have right now,
which is 7 of them,
sitting on the stairs singing First Snow like it was 2013.
I couldn't believe it.
I was in shock.
I couldn't believe it. And they were just sitting there on the steps like it was a exoplanet, and I lost my mind.
Yeah.
I lost my mind.
Truly, this whole thing was just it was just too much for 4 fucking hours. The next note I had, Red Velvet did, I think, like 4 stages total, but most of them were staggered. Like they weren't all in a row.
Together,
So they had lots of different outfits, and most of the outfits were good and most of the songs were good. But in one of the stages, Joy was wearing this like pleather strapless mini dress that barely covered her torso. And every single moment that she would like pull it down, but it doesn't go down. And
it was made of literally duct tape. It was so small and it was so tight, and it was obviously inhibiting her ability to dance. And that is one of those things where we were like joking in the group chat, like it must be so hard to be the sexy one. But also like that's another example of like poorly tested dance costumes. Like we've complained about this before, but like I do not, as someone who used to work in theater costuming, like I cannot imagine sending someone out onto a stage in an outfit I have never made them dance in before. Like, what? That doesn't make sense. And so then to put her in that and then like have her visibly struggle with it, like we didn't see that in the rehearsal and say we need to change that because it's literally on camera pulling your dress down.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah,
whatever.
It bothered me.
It bothered me so much. It was my only complaint of the whole show, really.
My next note is just something weird that I've noted is that it seems like a tradition at this point that Super Junior is on stage when it is midnight Texas time. Because I've done this 3 years in a row and it's always Super Junior at midnight. And my parents have to be like, pause it, I want to watch the ball drop. And so this was no exception. But they did 4 songs. Yeah. They had like a huge chunk in the middle.
This was one of the ones where we were like, they're still going? Another song?
When Key did Gasoline, he got his own like freaking
fancy
intro that like
a
started
music
on a
show,
super close up of his eye, and it was backing out so slowly, and
we were like trying to guess
we
whose
saw the
eyeball it
single
was.
eyelid, and I was like, whose eye is that? It was Key's eye. And like, yeah, the stage had fire, and like it was very intense. Very intense.
And it was
Key's
great.
stage. Later on, Kai came on to do a stage, and our friend Jenna said in the chat, like, he needs to go to the military. And my first thought was, again? And then I rememred that he still hasn't gone.
He and Sehun both. And
He still hasn't gone.
Supposedly, we're getting an EXO comeback this year.
I know.
More on that later. But what the fuck?
Go
What the
to
fuck, you
military.
guys? Go to the military.
This next note was another like absolute mind-breaking moment that I couldn't believe happened, especially after the last 2 years of these. Our TVXQ dads started out by doing Maximum, the like, dance break part of Maximum. And then Changmin came out and they did Melodic 2-member version, something we almost never get. And they did Chance of Love.
They also did Keep Your Head Down.
Oh, yes, they did do Keep Your Head Down. Anyway, it was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing. And they finished with Chance of Love, I think. And I could not believe we were getting a Chance of Love.
I cried a little bit. I was like in shock over the whole thing.
I was literally standing on my couch, dancing and jumping and singing and like screaming the fan chants, and then like going on the like, keep your head down. I was losing it. And I was like, I really hope all of my neighbors are at New Year's parties right now because I am so loud. I was so loud. It was worth it. I loved it. Oh my God. TVXQ.
It was so great.
TVXQ comeback when? Like, can't still be in disgrace, right? Like, we've all forgiven at this point. Like,
I think so.
Has forgiven himself? I think that's the real question.
Next highlight, another like mind melting. What year is it? I can't believe this is happening. Ten and Taeyong did Baby Don't Stop.
We got a new Baby Don't Stop stage, y'all. A new Baby Don't Stop stage. And it was so funny to watch them, like, because we've amazingly seen them do that live at the Super M concert in 2020. Highlight of my life. But then watching this video of them do it, and then like, oh, they were such babies when they first put that out, and like, they still are very scrawny, but look, they're older now.
And they have tattoos.
10 is so covered in tattoos.
He has so many tattoos now.
And they didn't make him cover them up, which they usually do.
Another one of the final stages, mind-blowing, EXO Love Shot. In colorful, beautiful suits and turtlenecks, or no shirts at all, and just Love Shot.
They did Love Shot, like in their beautiful, colorful suits, except that Kai's was blue instead of red, and Schumann's was perfectly pearl aqua. It was amazing. And yeah, I could not believe we also got a new Love Shot stage. Like, the new EXO stages blew my freaking mind. Like, I could not believe that we were getting
EXO stages, yeah.
Period.
And
this isn't on your list, but there was like another one where Chanyeol came out and he sang. Wasn't
Yours.
A song from?
He did Yours.
He did Yours. The one that I'm Yours. The one that is with Raiden and somebody else, and one of the aespa girls came and sang it with him. I think it was Winter. I'm pretty sure it was. But yeah, I did not expect that to come out, and that was excellent. He was also really smiley and cute during it, and like, honestly, I just couldn't take his little giggles and his little grin and his stupid little face.
Yeah. There was another moment where aespa did dokebi, and we did learn that in class. So I got up off the couch and was doing it in front of the TV, and my mom took a video secretly of me dancing drunkenly to aespa. But our final, we'll end this and stop talking about this freaking SMCU Palace Kwangya Beautiful New Year's. But the last thing we did before we got our traditional Hope from Kwangya video with everybody is we got the new Got the Beat stage.
Yeah.
And again, this song, I feel like there's just nothing to hold on to. I don't know why I can't like grab the Got the Beat songs. I don't know. There's just something, they're strange. They're strange to me. And then when they did Step Back, I thought I was not that drunk, but Step Back sounded crazy. It sounded like it was just like 5 beats too fast.
It did sound like it had been
It wasn't
sped
like
up.
fully sped up, but like it was too fast in a way that was like hurting my brain. And they were also all lip syncing so half-assedly and like, I don't know, Got the Beat bumps me out.
Yeah, and like their outfits weren't that cool, and like I don't know, I just like they're very underwhelming.
And I'm hoping
In a way that I feel like is a waste because it has
like all the best people.
such good people in it. Like there's no bad choices in that group, and yet like I guess the songs are the bad choices.
Yeah. And the teaser images for the album, like, I don't know, I'm over this styling, this like race car, jackets cut up, tough girl, like styling is boring to me. And like, I don't know, I have a little bit of hope that the Got the Beat album will have gems on it, but I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit apprehensive about it because of the way that the company feels like it has half-assed this group. Like last year when they quote unquote debuted, the only thing they released was this Kwangya stage.
Right.
And then they never put out a real music video. Like
Never performed it
they
again
never
until
performed
this
it again.
night.
Yeah, like I assume you can purchase the song, but I don't know. I never tried. And then like, so then for this, it's like, are you actually going to make them the girl Super M and like put money behind them and put effort and promotion behind them? Or is this just like, whenever we have the time, you guys get together and do something? Because if that's the deal, then like stop wasting their time and ours. But whatever. We also supposedly, they did like a quote unquote Super M teaser.
Oh my God,
which
yes.
was literally just like whatever lights, like colored lights coming together and like making the Super M logo. And then it just said Super M will be back in 2023.
But it got everybody all worked up because they had like the logo was getting built by like colored lasers flying in, and you can match the colors. Like there's NCT, there's SHINEE, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a red shoot now. So people are like, are they going to put a TVXQ in Super M, or are they going to put Seulgi in Super M?
Yeah.
Who's the red? Where's the red line?
the red
Who's the
coming
red
from?
line? Another big question of this whole thing was all of the like they like kind of broke the show up every hour into like weird little segments, and then they had these 4 boys who are presumably going to be in some kind of NCT unit, but they are not yet. Key called them like NCT new class or something in a video a while ago.
But like Shotaro is a name that I knew already.
Yeah,
so
I feel like he's
I
been
thought he was
around.
already in something. I don't know, man. I don't keep up with NCT, and I don't know like 90% of their names or faces. But these boys were like the quote unquote MCs, I guess, that like had to stand in front of a green screen
and do these
and
awkward
like do
little
weird
like
little intros
this
for the segments.
stage will be about all the senses, and like I don't know, they were just like bullshitting, but I
at
don't know
one
who
point,
they are.
At one point, they put the only one I knew was Shotaro, and I don't know why I know who that is.
Yeah,
but
I don't either, but I do.
And at one point, like at first, they were wearing like normal boy clothes or whatever, and I was like, that boy looks really small. And then they put them in like black, like cool guy outfits, and his shirt and pants were both skin tight, and I was like, that boy is tiny. Like he's not just small, he's minuscule. Like in comparison to the other guy who was wearing like a regular jacket or something, I was like, why would you put him in that? Like he looks like a pocket person. Anyway, I don't know who those boys were, but they were there.
Yeah. So final thoughts on SMCU Kwangya Palace 2022. It was the best lineup of any of these by far.
It felt very balanced too, in terms of, or it felt, I think, more balanced from the impression that I've gotten of the previous shows, with like the different artists, like going back and forth between all of them.
And old, like brand new stuff, like all the winter album stuff are people's newest singles, but also like reaching back to First Snow and Neurotic and like doing all these like very old songs
or
and
even
stuff.
Sorry.
Yes. They covered it all, which was so amazing. But it was like weirdly inconsistent with like the stages and the live singing. Some of the stages were very, very half-assedly lip synced to a point that I was like, you couldn't, like you didn't, the camera guy didn't go, we need to take this again. Like the girls, or the aespa and Red Velvet Christmas song, which I love, in that stage, they were moving their mouths like they had all fully forgotten the words to this song and never practiced it ever. And I was like, this is not good, guys. And some of the stages had full audiences with light sticks and chants, and others were just like in a box.
Stage, yeah.
So like that was kind of odd. But again, mostly no complaints at all, because I just feel so #blessed to be pink blood, and I love SM and that they give me gifts like this.
This was truly, truly a gift. We were slightly, like, not truly, but just like maybe a little bit holding out hope for some kind of three-member SHINEE something,
yeah.
maybe, possibly. And we didn't get it. We just got 3 individual stages for Onu, Mino, and Key, which is fine. They all did great, but would have loved.
I was finger crossing for just, I don't know, maybe a weird little cover or like something.
Yeah,
that would have been
little,
fun.
just a little something.
They could have done like a Super Junior Cry song. Those are 3 people songs.
Sure.
I don't know.
XOCBX.
Yeah, right?
Literally
3 people songs.
Or just take a SHINEE song and only do 3 other parts. I don't know. You could make it work.
They could have made it work. But anyway, it was a great time. I love it. I hope SM never stops doing this, because it's my new favorite New Year's tradition.
Yeah, it's a good one.
All right, moving on to some news items that we felt were worth discussing on the show. So the first one is very sad, and everybody knew that this was coming, but in case you didn't know it was coming, because I have seen some like surprise tweets and TikToks, but VLive is dead.
R.I.P. Gone the way of drama fever.
Yeah, it was Weverse, the like new fan engagement platform, bought it and shut the whole thing down. Boo, boo. But fans have been spending the last couple of months like archiving everything possible. There's like YouTube channels and Google Drives, and like even archive.org apparently will still work, and you can still watch like VLives if you do that. But like, I don't know, things are bound to be lost forever. And that just like, as a historian, it hurts my heart to think of things being lost.
Totally. It is really a shame, just in the sense that like VLive had, I mean, Drama Fever too, like they had such a huge catalog of older things. And I think that was one of the coolest things about VLive, was that you could watch the lives from 2013 or 2015 or whatever. And like, I could still go back and like watch all of the 10 logs and like stuff like that I didn't get a chance to like see in person or something, or things that I like, I wasn't even a fan of them at the time, but like now I want to go back and watch this. So it is always really sad when we lose a resource like that.
Especially because we made such a big deal, like in our 3rd gen episodes, talking about how the introduction of VLive like changed fan culture so much, because there was so much live streaming and there were so many groups that like, as a rule, the second they stepped off stage at a concert, they'd get to the hotel and open the VLive. And it was like,
or even like groups like Stray Kids who do like nightly lives or whatever. Like, what are those going to move to Instagram now? I don't know.
Or can they do that on Weverse? I'm not on Weverse. I don't know how it works.
What that is. I don't know.
But I did just want a suggested reading in case anybody wants to like read more about this.
And maybe mourn a little.
Elizabeth DeLuna, who we met at KCON a couple of years ago, wrote a piece called A Eulogy for VLive, K-Pop's Library of Alexandria.
Very accurate description.
And she talked a lot about like the history of VLive and what it meant to people and what it means to be losing it. So I didn't want to like, say all of her words. So I'm just going to say, go read that, because it was very good.
Nice.
All right. This next piece of news is so wild to me. I do not know what to think of this at all.
My mind is reeling with many a conspiracy theory. Let me tell you.
So there is going to be a boy version of Girls Planet, which is the show that Kepler came from. And when we were at KCON, they were holding auditions for this at KCON.
Right.
Boys
I
Planet.
Seeing a little boy come out being like, I didn't know they were going to make us freestyle.
Yes.
It was adorable.
But this has already started airing. I said coming out, but I think it's already airing. And it was announced when they were announcing the cast a couple of weeks ago, the Pentagon's leader, Hui, who just got out of the military, would be on the show. So everybody very rightly assumed that he was going to be a mentor or a judge or something, because dude has written a handful of #1 songs, including all the produced songs that got so popular. But he is a contestant on this program. He's a contestant. And when they introduced him in the first episode and showed his little audition tape, they cut to the actual hosts and mentors who were like in shock and were like, why isn't he sitting here with us? And even they didn't understand why he is on this show. And it was also like in the news that Jinho from Pentagon had unfollowed him on Instagram. But all of the universe insisted that, like, quote, that's just how they joke around. But time has shown that the universe are a deeply delusional fandom. So I don't know.
I mean, honestly, like, I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of like weird feelings about Pentagon, but one of my biggest inklings is that the group themselves doesn't really get along that well. And so, like, I don't know, man. It seems really, really, really odd to me. Like, I personally think that Hui has not really enjoyed being in Pentagon for a lot of it. Like, I feel like he had much bigger aspirations for himself. And I want to know whose idea this was, because this is the first thing he's doing when he got out of the military. And it's just odd to me that he wouldn't like want to go back to, you know, like, let's Pentagon do a new comeback. Yeah, like, why is he doing this all by himself? And I want to know if this is something where like he came out of the military and Cube was like, we're putting you on this show, or is this something where he was like, I want more opportunities to do things by myself, or like I want to start building toward like a solo career, whatever, like put me in something else. But that doesn't even make sense, because he's going to be put into a temporary boy group
right,
if he was to make it on this show. And then what happens if he gets eliminated? Like, that would just be fucking humiliating.
Yes.
Like, what is the plan here, Cube? Like, so what is the plan?
My thought is, the only thing that makes sense to me is that Yujin from CLC is the leader of Kepler. She joined Girls Planet, the girl version, about a year before all of CLC's contracts expired. So she was in Kepler by the time they disbanded CLC. So a part of me thinks that like Mnet
when do Pentagon's contracts expire?
I don't know, probably soon.
When did they debut?
16, I think. That's off the top of my head. There's usually 7 years.
23 would be the 7th year.
So I think there's a chance that Mnet or whoever, I think Mnet's in charge of Kepler, that they think that having a established idol be the leader of your temporary group is probably just a good way to keep everybody like on the same page or keep everybody on track. So like, I wonder if they just decided that that is the format and that they need to have some kind of established idol to lead the group. But and then, so Cube was like, you can have Hui because we're getting rid of these boys. Like, I don't know, because CLC is Cube as well. So like, that's the only connection I can see.
That is a valid theory. I think that holds water. I would be curious then to know if there are any other established idols as contestants, or is Hui the only one? Because then that show is fucking rigged if they're planning on having him be the leader and like, well, we want an established idol as the leader and we only have one established idol as our contestant. Like, well,
I think I'm not going to check this right now because I'll have to lean over the computer or whatever. But I think based on maybe some tweets that I saw that there are a handful of boys idols from like, you know, groups that haven't done anything in 2 years. Like, if you want to look, Boys Planet contestants, because I feel like some of them might be from other stuff. Oh, there we go. Former member of One the Nine.
Hotak? Oh, that's Hui.
That's his birth name. Some of these boys were on two Up Tensions. I think that's the one that I thought. The two TO1s that got kicked out of TOO or whatever. So I guess he's not the only. It looks like the entire group of 90 is in here too. Yeah. Member of Edamame Beans.
And some Edamame Beans. And like 2 members of Cypher. Couple former Cube trainees. But again, that's it. So just those 2 Up Tensions and Hui.
But again, Hui has written #1 songs. Like, I don't know. It's
and been in
crazy.
A subunit and like, yeah, I don't know. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe he just really likes contestant shows. Like, he's been on a couple of them, hasn't he? Like,
well, I mean, yeah, he did that. Whatever Swim Good was from is the only one I can think of. But
I guess that's the only one I can think of.
And that was just like a competition show. This is like a group elimination.
Yeah.
It's a whole other thing.
I don't know.
Wild.
Pentagon's weird.
Super weird. It's super weird. And it's very funny to think of how deeply disconnected I am from it. A couple of years ago, I was like, ah! Yeah. Anyway. Moving on. We'll see how that shakes out, but I just think it's wild.
It is wild. What a shocking headline that was.
So our next piece of news is a hashtag Let Idols Bang news, and Dispatch gave us a an actual K-pop adjacent reveal this year. I feel like the last couple years it's been actors and I don't care. But Dispatch blew the lid off the relationship between IU and actor Lee Jong-suk.
Cute.
And I thought that it was so cute when I saw this news because I've seen a couple of dramas that he's been in. He's the main character in like W and Pinocchio and like so many really popular dramas. He's like definitely a hot it boy.
Very hottie, really pouty mouth.
And apparently they like met years and years and years ago and have just been like harboring secret love for each other for years and years. And it's so sweet. And I got some quotes from their little statements because they both obviously wrote like letters to their fans being like, oh no, were you worried? And did that whole thing that everyone has to do. But IU said about him, quote, "He was a colleague for a long time, and we are building up positive feelings and relying on each other. He is a reliable and cute person who has supported me for a long time, always told me I'm amazing, and sent sincere encouragement." As, I don't know how she says how the fuck, Yuena? Is that how she says her fandom name? I don't know.
As my fans
always watch over me most closely, I think you must feel that I am in a time where I'm emotionally comfortable and doing well. Along with that, I think one of the reasons that my pride and passion for work is surging even more these days is because I have a good friend who compliments me for a long time up close.
Aw, he's just a big old fanboy.
And what he said about her was, "We first met when I was around my mid-20s, and it was big beyond puppy love, but I had regrets as it couldn't be achieved. We were friends for a long time, and now it turned out like this. I want to explain this well. How should I say this? Even when I was working hard and living my own way, she was a strange existence who always took up a corner of my heart. I think my fans will understand if I say that she was like Kang Dan, a character from his drama Romance is a Bonus Book, to me. She is an amazing person who helps me with my path and concerns of life as a friend, is someone I can rely on, is younger but sometimes feels older, and is like a grown adult but someone that I want to protect. Now she makes me want to be a better person."
Oh, so cute.
So cute.
I love a friends to lovers arc.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
It's so cute. It's so cute. I hope that they stay happy. I love it. Cute.
Yeah. We always, I mean, I love that like the Dispatch January 1st reveal has become like such a like tradition or whatever, that like even the other like celebrities always like joke and are like excited about like who's going to be revealed. And sometimes I wonder if the couples know ahead of time. Like, does Dispatch like let them know like, hey, you're our couple or something? Like, I just wonder because it's so established at this point. And
but I feel like anyone in a relationship probably just like waits and it's like,
or
is it gonna
I
be
wonder
me?
if they're, because like I don't expect that IU would have done this, but I also wonder sometimes if anyone is like, submit us, like
we're ready to go public with this.
Like we're going to go public, like we need, or like for PR, like we have a drama coming out soon, like reveal us instead. I don't know how that works. I just think it's a really funny I just think it's a really funny tradition.
Love it. All right, our next piece of news is like a lot of news at once, and like I'm not a deep fan of this company or these groups, so I don't know a lot, but I feel like it should be discussed anyway because it's a big shakeup.
Sure.
So there was like a ton of news right on like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day about a bunch of YG artists. So all of iKON left the company all together, and I think they're going to go do something together, which is cool. Good for iKON. Daesung of Big Bang is fully done with YG. Like, he's out, not coming back. Taeyong of Big Bang moved to YG's subsidiary label called the Black Label. So that's kind of a lateral move, but he moved. And then they have an actor named Kang Dong-won who's leaving after 7 years. So then there was just all this kerfuffle in the news, and they were just trying to get ahead and being like, G-Dragon and Blackpink aren't leaving, but they like, nobody's sure if that's true or not.
Yeah. So the agency has said that G-Dragon and Blackpink are still going to
They're still talking about it or whatever. But earlier this year, Bang Ye-dam left Treasure, and we had just been talking about how he thought he was going to be the prince that inherited all of YG. So that was very surprising. And then Young Hyun-suk himself was just barely acquitted of threatening witnesses. The judge basically said, like, I'm going to let you off, but like, that was really uncool, like whatever. So people are like, are they finally trying to like distance themselves from him? But he's also had so much worse scandals than this. So like, I don't know if that's the case.
Unless they didn't really have the autonomy at the time to separate themselves. But I don't know.
But of course,
maybe it's just like a coincidence that all of these contracts are up at the same time and everybody's like, you know what? Actually, I'm done.
Yeah, actually, I'll get out of here. But of course, to immediately save face from this, they announced a new girl group with just like a picture of like silhouettes of girls, and people on Twitter were like, there's a chance that it's the same girl.
Over and over again.
It's just shadows, and it just says like new girl group, and there's nothing else. And it felt very like, get people talking about something else. But obviously people are already being like huge brats about this group that doesn't even exist yet. But I don't know, just YG drama. It was all I saw on Twitter the last week of the year.
They always have drama.
They do always have drama, don't they?
Yeah, they really do. YG is kind of a mess.
And our last little piece of discussion, welcome to 2023 discussion, is about some comebacks that I saw announced that I'm pretty excited about. So, and yesterday they announced that BSS Busoksoon is coming back.
That is so exciting. I totally thought that was going to be just like a one-off. This is the one and only subunit of 17 that has ever existed. It has Hoshi and DK and Boo Songkwan in it. And they did Just Do It, but like years ago.
It was so long ago.
It was a while ago. Like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you the year, but whatever. It was a long time
18
ago.
Maybe?
Maybe even before that. But anyway, they only released that one song in a music video, and then they would like perform the song at their concerts every once in a while. But for them to come back is very exciting. I wonder what kind of comeback it will be. Like,
because they've changed a lot as like men and as like artists and the sound of 17, like all of that stuff has changed a lot. Totally. So I'm very curious as to what it will be like.
I'm also very curious if it will be an actual comeback with like an EP or an album or something, or is it just going to be another single? I would prefer an EP.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I had a choice.
I also saw, and I was just excited about this because we loved everything they did last year, but Vivi's is coming back. And that's always, every time there's a new girl group and it's the next year and they do another comeback, you're like, all right. Because often they don't ever do anything. Our poor sweet
bugaboos like already gone. Oh, bugaboo. We loved you. So I'm glad that BBG is hanging on. They deserve it.
And the last thing that's like listed on everybody's comeback list is a rumored EXO comeback, but I will believe it when I see it.
And that is literally the only tag I have seen on Tumblr about that. Like some of my old like
EXO mutuals are coming back.
That like they like literally popped out of the woodwork, and the only thing they said was tag, I'll believe it when I see it. Like, that's all.
Yeah.
Because fucking right.
Yeah. I love it, but again, we'll see. We'll see. So, all right, that's it. Now we're caught up. And we're ready to start this year.
Start the year anew.
We did it. So, with that, we'll be right back with a random game. All right, we are back. And this week, the random number generator knew that we are still trying to get into the spirit. So it gave us a really easy assignment.
Yeah, a group we've already talked about, actually.
just a few months ago. And that is new JYP girl group NMIXX.
Yes, this is a originally 7-member group that was formed by Squad, which is a sub-label of JYP. But they have already lost one of their members and they currently have only 6. They have released so far 2 single albums, both of which went to number 1 on the charts. And they also released a Funky Glitter Christmas, which was, I guess, a Christmas song that they put out earlier this year. Nope, last year, toward the end of last year.
See, we don't even know what year it is.
But they just debuted in 2020, how many 20s did I just say? In 2022. I was like 2020. In 2022. So they were in our most recent support girl groups episode.
So their most popular music video is still their debut music video, which has 94 million views already, which is crazy. And the song, I said this in the support girl groups episode, I don't know how you say the title of the song because it's capital O period capital O. So I don't know if it's O or ooh or if it's just a unpronounceable symbol.
I like to say capital O period capital O.
That works.
I think that rolls right off the tongue.
But NMIXX is interesting and we'll see how long they stick with it. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I think it's interesting to have a strong concept, and their concept is the mix part, and that all of their songs are multiple songs mixed into one song.
Yeah, it's interesting that their concept essentially is Frankenstein songs, which is just a odd choice.
All right, so we're going to watch that O period O song. If you want to watch it with us, you can just pull it up and press play when I say go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so we have an anchor on the ground. This is the ship in the background with the foggy.
Yes.
And then we have
the
the
nothingness
girls.
wasteland.
Yeah. And they're all in I don't know, Ariel coming out of the sea and wrapping herself up in an old sail sort of outfit.
I do like these outfits a lot. They're because they're piratey and drapey, and they look very nice. Coke Zero sponsorship.
Coke Zero.
There's a lot of very spinny, trippy cinematography in this.
And we don't stay in the desolate ship place for a while. We're also in a graffitied city and in a weird black room with warehouse dominoes. I don't know.
Yeah, giant marble dominoes, and they're smashing through walls like the Hulk.
And the dominoes are falling around them as the dominoes are the city. Oh.
And now it's time to mix it up, baby.
Yep. And mix it up. There you go. So now we're in a house, and a jukebox has made animals in
There's
neon
glowy
colors
fish in the
float
sky.
everywhere. We're in a totally different cityscape. We're wearing really poofy dresses, and flowers are appearing everywhere we walk.
This is my personal favorite part of this song. I like this chunk of song.
I
but
love
the
these
song
outfits.
is 2 chunks. That's weird.
Yeah.
So this is the thing I was talking about. This new trope of just a chunk of earth floating in the sky.
Among clouds.
Yeah.
Totally. That was cool choreo. They made a little swing.
A little swing.
This choreo is very fun. They do a lot of cool formations. Ooh. Big old kick.
Oh, now we're
switching it up
tough
though.
Black outfits.
Now we're in black short outfits, and it's nighttime, and we're dancing in front of city neon. This is a new third part of the song.
Oh, lean, lean, lean. Yeah, the choreo is really cool.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of stuff.
Very
all
powerful.
together. Yeah. It's definitely a very powerful debut. Like they're making a statement of like, this is what we do and what we sound like.
I just don't know if I like it.
Yeah, I just don't know if that is for me.
Yeah.
But I do, the middle part of this song, I love the middle part of this song. Like, love it. So, there's that squad logo.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there's more.
Outro. Nails. Her beret says nails and gems.
She's
Watching
just staring at the
blink.
OO.
Oh, yeah, that's the title. All right.
And mix.
All right. Weekly recommendations. Do you have any recommendations?
You know what? Because we mentioned them in the Kwangya recap, I will go ahead and shout out my baby Wavies. They recently came back with a song called Phantom. The music video is super fun and dramatic, and it has like a Phantom of the Opera aesthetic to it. Which they're all wearing like super fancy masks and looking like little phantoms of the operas. It's great. And they've been promoting it with just 5 for whatever reason. Win did not promote on music shows with them. So there's a bunch of stages. The Kwangya stage he is in. Although they don't do Phantom. They didn't do Phantom.
They did towards the end of the show.
No, they did do Phantom toward the end. They did.
Yeah.
So there is a Kwangya stage with all 6, including Win. We don't talk about Lucas anymore, I guess.
we don't talk about Lucas.
Yeah, we don't. But the 6 members that still exist in Wavy are back, and their comeback is called Phantom, and the dance is really fun, and I honestly really enjoy the song. I liked it a lot. I'm so happy to have my Wavy.
Great choice. I'm going to recommend the new Monsta X comeback. I only had energy and brain and heart space to watch it one time, and I have not listened to the EP yet because like I'm too tired for Monsta X right now. I need more to be able to take it in. But like, holy shit, like they all need to go to the military. Get out of my face. I can't take this Shonuless Monsta X because they're all like, I don't know. Everyone's like becoming different people, like without him. Like, I don't
He's not keeping them in check.
Yes. They've like all gotten so like slutty. And I haven't listened to it yet, but I heard that there's a song on the album that has a Kihyun Hyungwon rap line.
Oh no. I literally made a joke about Kihyun being the new rapper and said nobody needs it. Now I have to listen to it and see how it is.
Yeah, but the costumes are incredible. They look so beautiful. The music video is very, very grand. Hyungwon rides a horse at one point. Like, it's really so much. It's really so much. But it's called Beautiful Liar, and I believe that the album is called Reason. If
I think you're right. I think it is
because I
called
think
Reason.
That's all the teaser images I've seen have called Reason.
That sounds right to me.
But I don't know. I just had to. As a mon bébé, I had to at least say, like, I watched it. I'll get into it. I'm still too sleepy. I'm too sleepy for Monsta X, but we'll get there. And yeah, recommend all of the stages and stuff that we mentioned at the beginning. I don't think they've put up full Kwangya. I feel like they don't do that, which is a bummer. But I have noticed that like on the SHINEE channel, they put the key stage up by itself, and like the new Got the Beat is up by. So like some of them probably exist on YouTube. But yeah, watch all those great Gayo stages, especially the Yuna Junho one.
You gotta watch
so
it,
good.
It's so good. They're so cute. Oh my goodness. That's gonna be the next dispatch reveal.
Why not? I support it.
I would too.
All right, that's it.
God, can you imagine 2nd gen royalty?
No, I can't imagine. It would be incredible. It would be incredible. Kabi song. They'd have to play the Kabi song at their wedding.
Yes. It's the 2 p.m. Girls' Generation reunion we've been waiting for.
You know, right?
Oh my God, that would be so funny. That would be so funny.
It would be so funny.
I would love that.
Okay, that's it for this week. Please get tickets for our anniversary show tomorrow and Friday. Take a flash. coupon code will get you 33% off.
Yes, January 12th and 13th only. And if you already have your tickets, please make sure that you check our link tree for anniversary homework to get in your submissions for our song battle and our SHINEE showdown.
So that's moment.co/AMAKpop for tickets and our link tree /AMAKpop for homework assignments. And again, even if you can't come to the birthday party, we'd love for you to vote in these things because we would want to get as many inputs as we can get.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we can be found at AMAKpop Pod on Twitter and Instagram, AMAKpoppod@gmail.com for emails, 181-AMAKpop5 for texts or voicemails, P.O. Box 26096, Los Angeles, California, 90026 for regular old mail, patreon.com/AMAKpop. We are doing so much bonus content right now. It's like really popping off on the Patreon. Angelika's doing her Kin Porsche recaps. I finally started watching Mino's new drama, The Fabulous. So I'm recapping that. I also got to go to the Korean spa in Dallas over vacation, and it just like inspired me to do a Korean spa how-to episode. If you've never been and are scared of going to the Korean spa, I broke it all down, do's and don'ts, what to take, what not to take, how it works, so that you can go and not be scared, because it's my favorite thing.
It is, but it is also intimidating, and I appreciated like the first time that I went, I had gotten you to tell me like, what is it like and what do I need to do and what should I expect and whatever, what kind of faux pas should I not do or whatever. So it's very nice to have a little intro, because a Korean spa is a fucking treat.
It is a treat.
And you
so
should treat yourself.
All of those things are on our Patreon, as well as 2.5 years of other video content and so much special stuff. So join our Patreon if you want to get into that. And
coming soon, our new series, K-Pop The Cork, will be premiering on our YouTube channel. This is a series where we ask for your submissions and then drink some of our favorite cocktails while reading them all. So we will get progressively drunker as the episodes continue. The first 3 episodes of this month are about, all of the episodes are about K-pop confessions. The first 3 will be released for free on our YouTube channel, and the 4th most scandalous and drunkest episode will only be on our Patreon. So join our Patreon now so that you too can have access to all of our exclusive content.
And I'll just say it on the podcast now, because then it will hold me to doing it. I'm almost done editing it, but I'm trying to make it really nice. But I'm going to say K-Pop The Cork will be out on Friday.
I was going to say Friday.
I'm going to put it in writing.
Friday the 13th, K-Pop The Cork. World premiere on our YouTube.
So look forward to that. And thank you as always for listening. We love you all so much. Welcome to a new year of K-pop. I can't wait to see all of the things it has in store for us.
Yay! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Jonghyun, you're our inspiration.